Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Lightning Gaming. So guys, there has been a question I've been getting quite frequently on my channel, and that is whether it is better to have two thralls following you instead of one in Conan Exiles. Now I know a lot of players are automatically gonna assume that it's better to have two thralls than one following you if you have 20 points in authority, but that is not always the case in Conan Exiles, and in this video I'm gonna show you why I say so. But before I get started, if you are new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Now first up, let me quickly show you the two thralls I'm gonna be using in this video. Now both of these thralls are gonna be the Sumerian Berserker. So if I go into this one's inventory over here, you are gonna see that I'm gonna be giving both of them the momentum one-handed mace. I will also be giving them salted pork and the elixir of might for the buffs and the exotic feast for the food. The armor I will be giving them is gonna be Redeemed Legion helmet, Void Forged Dragon rib, Silent Legion medium gauntlets, champion leggings, and then the perfected heavy sabotons. So both of these thralls will have the exact same gear. There's gonna be no difference when it comes to the gear. So first up, I'm gonna start with two thralls following you. Now in order to have two thralls following you at the same time, the only way you can do that is if you have the War Party perk under authority. Once you have this perk active, it's gonna allow you to have two thralls following you at the exact same time. The first thing I want to show you that a lot of new players doesn't know is if you have the War Party perk active, any armor or buffs that you use that's gonna give you extra follower damage like this buffs right over here, none of that is actually gonna work. So the game is gonna say that it's giving your followers extra follower damage, but if you have the War Party perk active, it's not gonna work. The extra follower damage you can get from buffs and armor is gonna have no effect on your thralls when it comes to their total damage output, and I did test it out in the separate video as well because I had a comment saying that they think it might be glitched, but I think that is how the game is intended to be. So next up I have both of these thralls following me. I'm gonna give them their salted pork and their elixir of might. Then I'm gonna let them attack the free skull scorpion just to give you an idea of how much damage they will be able to do. Now remember guys, this can go both ways because I know a lot of players like to use two thralls and give them different types of weapon to maybe stack bleeding damage and poison damage, all that extra damage at once. So that could be another good reason to use two thralls instead of one. But like you can see, even though they are decent thralls with good gear and good weapons, they are still not doing a lot of damage. I mean, remember, if you are fighting like maybe in dungeons and stuff where there's more than one enemy at a time, that could also be a very good reason to use two thralls instead of one. But now I quickly want to show you the difference. So this time guys, once again I'm gonna put 20 points in authority, but this time I'm gonna go with the well-trained perk instead of the War Party perk. And basically what a well-trained perk is gonna do is it's gonna give plus 20 attribute points into each attribute of your follower, so your thrall will be able to do more damage and also have a higher number of hit points. It will also have plus 20 points into grit as well, making it a little bit tougher. So if I go into the thrall stats over here, you're gonna see it there in the bottom left. And then of course, because you don't have the War Party perk active, all armor pieces that you get that's gonna give you extra follower damage, all that will work on this thrall. So unlike the War Party perk, if you give your character armor that's gonna give you extra follower damage and you also use buffs like the Tears of Gule and the cooked dogfish, that is gonna give your thrall a lot of extra damage. Now just to show you the difference, I'm once again gonna go over to the free skull scorpion and I'm gonna let this one thrall fight the scorpion just to give you an idea of how much more damage this thrall is actually gonna be able to do. So just like I did with the previous two thralls, once again I'm gonna be giving this one the salted pork and the elixir of might for that strength weapon damage of plus 15%. And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna let it fight the free skull scorpion, and I want you to see at how fast this thrall will be able to kill the scorpion. And I have noticed that a lot of times when you have the one thrall following you with the well-trained perk and then also all that follower damage buffs, you will actually be able to kill an enemy boss faster than the two thralls. And like you can see guys, this thrall is just doing an insane amount of damage if you compare it to the other two that I used with the War Party perk. So I would say it's completely up to you. Most of the times I like using one thrall more than two, but I know a lot of you guys are gonna prefer two because you can stack different types of weapon damage on an enemy. For example, if you give your one thrall a weapon that's gonna do bleed damage and you give another thrall a weapon that's gonna do poison damage, you will be able to stack both of that extra damage to an enemy. So yeah, it's completely up to you, but for me personally, I normally like using one thrall more than two. But that's about it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time guys, cheers, see ya.